guys a really quick update on how I'm doing. I weighed myself this morning, and I'm happy to report that even with my 2-week hiatus and gaining 4 pounds from Switzerland and not eating right for 2 weeks and having a hard time getting back on the diet, but I did finally get back on the diet. I've lost 1.2 pounds, and that's including the 4 pounds I gained with the 2 weeks hiatus, so I'm really proud of that. So as of today, I'm down that amount of weight. So it means I'm down a total of 48 pounds. I do have a mini goal. My mini goal is to lose another 8.2 pounds by my birthday, which I'm turning 35 on March 7th. So that's my mini date. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Other news, William's going to be gone for 2 whole weeks. He's leaving on Sunday. So that means Valentine's Day I'm going to be alone. But I have you guys, so hopefully you guys will be my Valentine. I'm hoping. So, but you know how much I love you guys. So, but with your encouragement and everything, I know I'm going to get through it. So thank you guys. You guys are so amazing to me. Okay. Switzerland was amazing. I just wanted to give you some quick information about it. I'm going to have photos at the end of this vlog of Switzerland. I have some video of Switzerland that I haven't shared with you guys, and I want to overbore you guys because I've already thrown 3 videos on YouTube of Switzerland, but it was beautiful. As you guys know, we went for January 21st, which was Zachary's due date. We wanted to get away for his due date. I don't know. I woke up that morning really sad. I just wanted to be home, and I just wanted to mourn Zachary. And I remember just waking up and saying, you know, I got to get out of this bed, because if I don't get out of this bed, I'm going to cry. And I remember just, you know, going into the window, and it was snowing, and it was so beautiful. And
Tina was maybe on the cultural cutting edge, but his take on America is becoming mainstream in Britain's Muslim community.
I know I think I've shared this story with a lot of you guys, and I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but when my grandmother died, she always said that we would know that she went to heaven if it rained on the day that she was buried. And I remember that day so vividly, and I remember it was such a bright day, and it was sunny, and it was a beautiful day. And as we were following the concession to where she's going to be buried, we were traveling through the mountains. She's buried in Murphy, North Carolina, and I remember as we were following everybody, it started to rain, and it cleared up right before we got to her gravesite. There was no more rain, and it was just many ways of her saying, you know, I love you guys, I'm here, I'm in heaven, and I'm still with you. And the day I lost Zachary, it rained. And the day I delivered Zachary, and on the way home, it rained. And the 21st of January in Switzerland, it didn't rain, it snowed. It was just a different form, and it just felt like many ways that Zachary was saying, you know, Mom, I'm right here, I'm right next to you, I'm holding your hands, and, you know, no matter what hard times I'm going through, he's still a huge, huge part of me. So that was nice. It was nice, and it helped a lot. Getting to Switzerland was interesting. We had an ordeal. I don't know if you guys remember my last vlog, which was 3 weeks ago. I can't believe that, but I shared with you guys at the very end how windy it was outside. And when William was deployed, I did this thing where I didn't want to watch the news anymore. So I didn't watch the news, and I haven't been watching news since. I really don't watch TV very often. And normally, you know, if my son's home, we watch cartoons, and around 8 o'clock I'll watch something, 8 to 10, and then, you know, that's not much TV, and then I go to bed. But I didn't realize that was a major storm that was going on. It was really bad. I mean, there was a couple times when I thought it was going to pick me up. And I remember even somebody wrote, I thought your dog was going to take flight. But I'll share that clip so you guys can see it again. Really insane weather we're having outside. It's crazy out here. Look at. Is so mean. really bad storm, and a couple people had actually died. So about 1 a.m. we weren't really aware that they had canceled the trains and they canceled flights, and we weren't aware of that. So at 1 o'clock we left. We took a taxi to the train station, and when we got there, there wasn't very many people there. We were unable to get our tickets, and we talked to the customer service rep where she informed us that there was no train, and they weren't unaware when there would be a train. But thankfully, we stayed. We had no choice. We wanted to get to Switzerland, so it was either that, and we had to wait anyways until 7:30 in the morning anyways to get a refund for the ticket, and you already paid for the hotel, so it's kind of like, you're kind of stuck, so you got to go. So we waited. We were told that we could wait in a train station, an actual train, because it was warmer and a lot nicer and more comfortable. So we were like, okay, so we'll do that. So we went in there around 5:30. The board went up saying there was trains going pretty shortly. So I sent my husband out, and we found out we were leaving at 6:30. So we were all excited. So my husband comes back, and we sit down, and we're talking about what we're going to do. And getting ready to get off, but before we can get off this train, the train started going with us in it. Yeah, not a good thing. So we chased down the guy that was working on the train, and he let us off at the second train station, where we proceeded to grab a taxi and get a ride home. Well, not a ride home, but a ride back to the train station that we should have taken off from. We got there in time. We waited for the train that was supposed to leave at 6:30. Around 6:15, we found out the train was going to be delayed for another 60 minutes. So we were unable to get on that train. So we waited for another 60 minutes, and at that particular point, we were up for about 27 hours, and William was up for a little bit longer than me. We were so tired, so we slept.
Mia!
Oh, you woke up with you today.
We slept a lot. The train, we had to get on 3 trains, 3 exits, well, 3 stops. I can't even think, guys. I'm in a hurry, and my mind is going 100 miles an hour, so forgive me if I babble. But the first train was really nice, but there was a gentleman there that kept walking back and forth, and he kept getting my attention because he just seemed so preoccupied. And you always hear safety first, especially with traveling, and to be understanding of your surroundings and what's going on, aware of it. And this guy kept walking, and he just seemed very troubled, and he had a lot of things on his mind, so I didn't know what to think of him. And then my husband looked at me, and he said, "That's what they wear in Afghanistan." So automatically, you don't want to judge a book by its by its cover. But it was funny because after he said that, not even 2 minutes passed. All of a sudden, he was questioned by the German police. They came up to him and went through some of his bags. He had one bag that he didn't go through, but he did offer for them to go through it. They left him after 10 minutes. And I want to say not even 5 minutes passed, all of a sudden the Swiss police comes up, and they started interrogating him. But everything was fine. On the second train, we had 6 minutes to get to that. That was fun because we didn't know which platform we needed to get to. We didn't know anything, but we made it. But there was an incident. Jared had his backpack on his suitcase, and one of the bag was left open, unfortunately, and it was my fault for leaving left open. And when that happened, he had his Nintendo DS. And it's a DS Lite. My son loves video games. Needless to say, it fell and it broke. And what's really weird is that it actually still kind of works. Do you see that? It's just not very good. It kind of comes in and out. But yeah, the poor kid. I felt so bad. Not only did that happen, but he also lost 2 of his favorite games to his PSP. So he was very distraught over that. We finally did make it to Switzerland. We had to call the hotel, and they came and picked us up. It's amazing because in Zermatt, you're not allowed to have cars. They have electric cars, and for safety, they had diesel cars. So I thought that was very interesting.
Jared's so funny.
And the locals who did have cars, they would park them outside of town and they'd walk the 20 to 30 minutes or whatever, how far they were outside of town to pick up their car and go where they needed to go. So I thought that was interesting. Other than that, I really don't have much more to report. When we came home from Switzerland, I have been in a blah mood. And I don't know why. I'm just blah. So I've been rearranging the house, trying to make it feel like a home. And that's it. I miss you guys. I have a lot of updating to do, and I'm sure there's more I want to talk about. I just can't think of it right now. William should be home very shortly, and I hope to catch up on everybody's videos by next week, especially with William being gone. I know I'll have time for it. Much love. Thank you guys for everything, especially your love and support. I don't know how I could get through these times without you guys. You guys are so amazing and such a huge part of my life, and it means more than you can even imagine. So with that, I'm going to end this with some photos of Switzerland. Let me know if you want me to share the other videos of Switzerland. One is a museum and just other little things around Switzerland before I upload those. Bye guys.
The girl them skill archie. Sean the ball, some give it to, some give it to, some give it to all girls. 5,040,000 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, Sean the ball say, well, on the way, the time cool, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Oh Lord, girl, I got the right tactics for turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Oh oh. Make us see the girl them broke up on the floor from you don't want no workless performer.